And it's because they learned a stroke-intensive theory with hardly any briefs. I feel so bad for those students. But when they come to the Magnum Steno Club, I tell them how to shorten their writing. And their fingers would already be fast enough. 4.0, 4.5, that's very good. 4.0 is a fast court reporter. 4.5 is a speed contest reporter. So their finger speed is great. It's just their theory that's killing them. Let's back off a little bit. Now let's look what happens if you're in the next category of a more normal court reporter. By normal, I mean you're not writing stroke intensive. You use pretty many briefs, but you write things out too. You're kind of a mix of both. Well, that person, when they were getting close to getting out of school, this is where they were. Their Q&As were in the 1.0 area. If there's 100 words, they wrote 100 strokes. Their literary tends to be in the 1.2 area, 100 words, 120 strokes. And so look, when they get their fingers up to regular court reporter speed, they've got 175 for literary and 210 for Q&A. So the way they're going to get out of school is they're going to just go down one more. They're going to finally get their fingers faster. So here, our rectangle goes down one more. And look, they can even hit 240 on good days with the Q&A. And they can hit, on a good day, 200 with literary. And so these people are in good shape. They pass their CSRs and RPRs, and they're pretty good. But if they want to pass the RMR, they're not even close. They are close on the literary, which is 200, but they are not too close on the Q&A, which is 260. They're finding that troublesome. So for them to pass the RMR, most of them work on finger speed, work, and their fingers get faster and faster. They've got to move it up to speed contest speed, and they move down to this level. So now they've got good finger speed, 4.0 to 4.5. This is a real seasoned reporter, folks, that can do 4.0 and 4.5, and they're kind of in the average range here. And look at that. This is an RMR reporter. They can write at least 200 literary, and on a real good day, 225. And they can write 240 Q&A. When they're not going too fast and at their top, they can hit 270. They are close to national speed contest level, my friends, because the speed contest is 280 Q&A. They are that close. And a bunch of these people come and take the speed contest, and probably because they're topped out at 270 there, they don't pass the Q&A, but they do pass the literary. They sure do. A lot of people like that. Now, if they could get their fingers just a little faster, a lot faster I suppose, to 5.0, then they would be speed contest qualifier and placer. But their fingers are just flying, my friends. Their fingers are just flying. Well, let's move to the next group now. Now we're moving to where I am with the way I write today. So let's move all the way to the top. Someone that learns Mark Kislingbury's theory, the Stenomaster theory, or the Magnum Steno theory, whatever you want to call it. Those who learn to write as short as I do, or close to as short as I do, can have these two columns. 1.0 strokes per word on hard literary, and 0.8 strokes per word on Q&A. You're going to be somewhere in the range. You're going to be somewhere between those two. And it's true. I can do literaries and difficult literaries, and I'm almost always 1 stroke per word or less on my literaries. On Q&As, I'm almost always less than 1.0, and I can often hit 0.8 if it's, a fairly light Q&A, not dense with dense material, but it's a fairly light, normal Q&A. I can do 80 strokes for 100 words. So look what the students get to have when they learn my theory. They can have their finger speed at only 3.0, which is a fast student. Basically, that's 3 strokes per second. So it's going to be something like tick, 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 tick. That's about how fast 3 strokes per second is. That's not that difficult. And then if they can get up to 3.5, which is experienced court reporter, look, these students at 3.0, they're already graduating. 180 and 225. They are already graduating with a slow finger speed. And when they get up to 3.5, they're already massacring the RPR. And they're getting close to National Speed Contest. They're actually well into RMR. Look, here, RPR, they made it. Here, they've beat the 200 RMR for literary. And on the Q&A, they've hit the 260. And so students that learn to write as short as I do, they are going to be in the market for passing the RMR shortly after getting out of school. Now, what if their fingers really get moving? What if they really start practicing at high speeds like I recommend so that they can get their fingers up to 4.0? Look, they get to move their rectangle to here. And moving the rectangle to there, my friends, look what happens. They now have 240 literary and 300 Q&A. And this, folks, this is where I am on a bad day. Like if I'm just not writing very well and my fingers are feeling kind of sluggish somewhere between 3.5 and 4.0, I've already got this short theory that's helping me. So I've got no problem ranging between 260 and 300, even on a bad day, and on literary 210 to 240. But when I'm sharpened up and I have been practicing every day and I'm not having a bad day, I get to move down one level, which puts me to here. This is about where I am on a regular basis. On a difficult literary, I can write it somewhere between 240 and 270. And a Q&A, a good Q&A, I can write somewhere between 300 and 340, it looks like. Now, to do my world record, I had to move down one more. And again, I say that took a lot of hard work and a lot of practice. And you can see that if I can do 5.0 strokes per second and keep my short writing, then I definitely should be able to write 375. And that is how I passed the 360 in 1 minute. It ended up, I did write about 0.8. I matched that. And over here, I didn't have to quite write 5.0. I wrote 4.8. And that gave me 360 words a minute at 97% accuracy. So what I want you to notice about this chart is wherever this little square is, notice that you can gain speed by either going down the chart, down, 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 or to the right. And so going down, I want you to notice, always means your finger speed gets faster. Going to the right always means your strokes get shorter. And if you do both and go diagonally, down, right, look how your speed increases. This table goes from 129 to 375, and believe me, this is not out of the realm of gettability for court reporters. I am serious. You can do this. I don't know if you can do 375, but I think most court reporters can be in the 4.5 range. Most court reporters, I believe, could get to here if they shorten their writing. And this is where I stand on an everyday basis right here. And you can do that. And maybe your fingers are already that fast. Maybe you're here. And we talked about that already. You're already in real good shape. But wouldn't it be nice to move over? Basically, if you move to the right, you move from 225 to 270. And your 270 moves to 338. And that's just from shortening one group. Just moving over one column is an incredible improvement. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This tells it all. The math is indisputable. And if anybody has any questions about it or disagrees with something I've said, drop me an email. It's rtexcellence@aol.com. And check out the Magnum Steno Club. Write me to ask for a free trial if you're not in the Magnum Steno Club, because in the club I teach you how to increase your finger speed as well as how to shorten your writing. It's the place to work out every day. See you later. Bye.